Hey guys, welcome to episode 44 of Coffee Talk with Hazel. Finally brought some coffee. Happy Monday, I guess, even though it's halfway over. As always, thank you to everybody who continues to support me, even when I don't post anything. And to everybody who continues to check out these videos or decided to restart from the beginning. Your support really means a lot. I just picked up my son from school. I'm sure you can tell. What's wrong? My daughter has made friends with ants, apparently. Would you like to say hi?
Hi. That's why Andrew's killing my friends and I'm crying.
No crying. Happy face.
Because my brother's killing my friends.
I gave my son a haircut the other day.
Whoa.
Ow.
And I have two hairs on my head.
Yes, for those that don't know, this one is about a week and a half old. He got it here at this playground. He's been much more careful since then, thank God. So yeah, you guys go play.
I need to go to...
Anyway, so...
Mommy! It was on me! I said, ah! And I wiped it off of me.
So yeah, there you have it. So I had a topic that I wanted to talk about. Well, a couple topics, actually. I guess they all kind of relate to one another, or intertwine with each other, I guess the term would be. So, you alright?
Yeah.
And he just tripped. Are you bleeding?
No.
No blood. We're good.
What is it?
Oh, and I'm in an ant pile. Because walking here running into a beehive wasn't enough.
Mommy, Mom, go kill them.
So anyway, Emma.
These are my friends.
So anyways, we have come to the shade, as you can tell. If you can't tell, I don't know what to tell you. So, anyways, there's sometimes when I find it really funny that people think that I don't know anything, and they automatically assume I'm gonna fail. And it brings me so much joy and pleasure, not only to succeed, because that's a reward in itself, but to prove them wrong. Yeah. It's much better than revenge. But anyways, so when I got pregnant with my son, there were a lot of people in my family who, well, I can't really say a lot because there's really not a lot. But anyway, you know, they all thought I was going to fail. and they all thought that I wouldn't know what to do or how to do it. So when I found out that I was pregnant with my son, I worked more hours, and eventually I got my own apartment. I did have roommates, and eventually my ex moved in with me. I mean, y'all already know that story. So, anyways, so I worked my ass off, and you know, I bought everything that I knew a baby would need. I was the only one paying rent, even though our roommates were supposed to pay half. They never did. So, at the time, I was only making $4.25 an hour. One of the perks about being a driver for Papa John's. Anyways, so you figure $4.25 an hour. I'm working 55 hours a week. That's not really a whole lot. At least not enough to make $7.50 rent, you know, and then electric and all that good stuff. So, I still did it though. I sometimes had help, but in the beginning my ex's mom didn't want to help because she was kind of mad that I was taking her son away from her, even though I told him with or without him I was going to have my baby, so whatever. Anyways, so then my car gave out, and like the engine was just completely shot, and I taught myself to be an insider because I didn't want to be fired because I knew my ex wasn't gonna work, God forbid. So that wasn't much better because my hours were cut a lot and I wasn't making the tips. I was getting paid $3 more an hour, but you know, I struggled and I had a lot of stress, and then our roommates and us got into it quite often. Turned out my ex lied about a lot of this stuff, which I'm not surprised, and made me look like I was fucking stupid. So I guess I can understand why some people think that I can't do anything. But anyway, eventually it came down to the point of me kicking out the roommates because I was paying all the bills on my own anyway. They weren't helping any. So I kicked them out, and I didn't want to live with anybody else, but one of my ex's sisters convinced and talked her way into moving in with us. You know, just supposed to be her and her two kids. Her two kids, her boyfriend, my ex's best friend / her boyfriend's nephew, her friend, her boyfriend's kids, all moved in. Yeah. 3 weeks later, my son was born. Or 2 weeks later. And we were staying at my mom's because we didn't have a car, and he was supposed to be born on Halloween. And it was a week before Halloween, and I just went on maternity leave, and I couldn't deal with the stress at my apartment, which is bullshit because it was mine, but whatever. Sharing is caring. And so anyway, we're moving once again. It's not a matter of I don't like people watching me record these as much as it is that I don't want them photo bombing or video bombing, I should say, my videos, because none of this is scripted. So, yeah. So anyways, so we were staying with my mom, and, because we didn't have a car, and, you know, if I went into labor, I wanted to make sure, you know, we had a vehicle, and even though my mom only lived, like, 7 minutes away, I don't want to take no chances, you know. So, granted, there's one big thing that nobody in my family knows, and up until recently, and by recently I mean the last 5 months, nobody knew. Not because I was embarrassed or ashamed, just because it's hard still for me to talk about. But anyway, so don't do that. Anyways, sorry, I kind of got lost and thought for a minute. So, one night we were at my mom's, and, you know, I tried telling her that I wasn't feeling well, and, you know, that something didn't feel right, and, you know, she just kept telling me it was nerves, and, you know, it's your first child, and blah de blah, and, all this other shit, and, I was like, okay, whatever. So, I faked contractions, and, we got in the car, and went to the hospital, and the nurse was such a bitch. I wanted to punch her in her face, like, she said, oh, you're only 19. Oh, this is your first child. You don't know what you're doing. Blah, blah, blah. I wanted to punch her in her face so bad. Maybe it was my hormones, but I mean, I'm not pregnant now, and I still want to punch her in the face. But anyways. So, she sent me home. After being there for 4 hours, they sent me home. So, the next day, my mom took me to pay my rent. And I was talking with the manager because I didn't want my ex's sister living there anymore. It was getting to the point where we were getting complaints. And since I was on maternity leave, I wasn't working and nobody else was bringing in money. And so I talked to the office manager, and I was like, you know, we need to come up with something, because the office manager knew that his sister was staying with us, and she was real nice. I mean, we ended up staying at that apartment for 7 years. It's the longest I've ever been stable in a place. And I did it on my own. Except for like a year and a half, my ex worked, and I stayed home with my son. Big fucking. Anyways, so my second oldest brother's girlfriend came over. She stayed the night too. Her and my second oldest brother, and well, yeah, and her friend was a nurse, and she asked me if I was peeing myself, and I was like, are you peeing yourself? Like, why the fuck are you just gonna randomly ask somebody that? I'll admit it, I didn't like her, and I still don't like her. I can never eat meatballs the same. Like, I always constantly check to make sure there's no hair. But anyways. So, she called her friend and told her friend that I was leaking.
Yeah.
Which,
And we take away the coconuts.
those aren't coconuts, sweetheart. So, her friend's like, oh, you know, take her to the hospital, blah, blah. I was like, huh, weren't we just there 12 hours ago? So, tried calling my ex, because, of course, he's MIA. Nowhere to be found, blah, blah, blah. And we get to the hospital, and they check me in, and turned out that my water had been leaking for, like, 19 hours, which isn't really a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but with it leaking as it was, which meant it was leaking the night before when I went to the hospital, and the stupid fucking nurse told me to go home. And go figure, we get back there, we get back to the hospital, and this bitch is still working. And I really shouldn't say that, because I have respect for all nurses, but I can't stand it when people automatically judge. Oh, you're 19? Slut. Don't get me wrong, I was in a goody two-shoe virgin my high school career. But, whatever. So, the same nurse was working. She's like, honey, I told you, there's nothing wrong. And I was like, something's wrong, because I'm leaking. I'm not pissing myself, but it fucking feels like it. So y'all better check me the fuck out. So she comes back and she's like, oh, you're 6 diameters, or however they fucking measure it. And I was like, ha, in your face. But let me tell you, even now, I still get compliments about how I'm a good mom. I mean, I know, but, you know, as all parents, well, I shouldn't say all parents. You know, I have my downfalls. I have my faults. But for him being my first child, and everybody thinking that I was going to fail, or that I was going to be like my sister and give up my kids.
I got one.
The point of that was, people are going to judge. People are going to say you're going to fail.
That's okay.
And you have two choices. You can either do what I did a lot of my life and believe them, or you can work harder and not only succeed and prove to yourself that you can do anything, but you can prove them wrong and then proceed to shove it in their face. Like, I mean, it's not a #1 seller yet, or maybe it never will be. But my entire life, my dream was to write a book and have it published. And though it's got mistakes, I still did it. And though people are mad because of what's in it, I still did it. So, don't give up, guys. And I didn't really get to go to my other topic, but maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. This is another busy week, so keep doing you, because you can do anything that you put your mind to. And if I can do it, you can do it. And I know there's going to be days where you want to give up. There's going to be days where you're going to want to jump in front of that oncoming traffic, or the bus, or just lay down on the train tracks. Don't. Your time to shine is right around the corner. And if you don't believe that, I believe it. And I think it's time that you start to believe it too. Because as long as you believe and you have somebody cheering you on and believing in you when you don't believe in yourself, bruh, you can accomplish anything. So, as always, thanks guys for checking this out. And you don't have to, but if you like what I provide, subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you want. Either way, thank you for checking these out, and I hope I give you guys some inspiration or some motivation or aspirations, whatever. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.